Mark here, mark there, mark there, mark there, and then there's a pad print here. That is a bear track. Pretty fresh droppings. See, it's got some moisture in it still. If you taste it, you know if it's a male or a female bear. I'll keep my eye out for the bear. I actually thought I heard something go by up in that. Ah, we got you again. Hey guys, do you want a ridge? Do you want a carbon fiber ridge? Stick around right now. Real quick, I'm going to tell you that there's a contest in this video. You'll be eligible to win one of 5 carbon fiber ridge everyday carry minimal wallets. Okay, this is how it's going to go. Inside this video is a riddle. Okay, I'm not going to give you any hints now, but you have to solve the riddle. Guys, this is very important. Do not put your guesses in the comment section. You need to email me. You might need a desktop, I'm not sure, but you need to go to the about section. You need to click on for business inquiries. That'll drop down and it'll provide my email address. That's my business email. Send me the answer to the riddle there. It'll be the first 5 people will win the Ridge wallet carbon fiber, exactly as you've seen here. Holds all your cards, holds your money clip. Now, if you don't win, that's fine too. You can use the discount code. I'll provide that in the description. You'll get 10% off. All right, guys, let's jump into the video. Thanks to Ridge for sponsoring all of this great content. And guys, these are the people that take care of me, so go out and take care of them too. Season 4 of the Wilderness Living Challenge is right around the corner. Season 4, we went to Northern Ontario. Zach Fowler joined me, winner of Season 3 of Alone in Patagonia. He came up, we smashed it. We hit beaver, we hit bear, we hit duck grouse, we hit the fall season in Northern Ontario. You're gonna love this series, and it's right around the corner. Our water filter system's still bothering us. So, show you how to speed boil water if you wanna know. You gotta get that flame all around that pot. At least touching the bottom of the pot. I'll show you here. That's the fastest way to boil water. Make sure the flame is touching the bottom of the pot. So we're just at our last little portage into Agen. There's lake trout and pike in here. What we're hoping is that we can get some better action out of this lake than we were at a wrist. It's a little bit of a risk to come out here because we don't know about anything about this lake. It shouldn't be super pressured. We've just set up our water bottle here. Our drip system here we brought with us. It's dripping into a peanut bottle at the bottom, and that'll supply us with some fresh water once we get back because it's not dripping fast enough for us to get ahead. So we're going to jump in here and then we're going to paddle down to the main lake. We've already been paddling up. About 4 kilometers long is the lake. So we should have a good go with that. I already caught a pike on the way in here, a smaller pike. Let that one go. It's a cool little it's I listed as a portage, but it's only, you can see, about 20 feet or 20 meters, something like that. And there's a cool little water runway here, water leaking from the high water to the low water. And there's a really neat little pool here too, perfect for swimming. You want to jump in there and you can have a little bath. Never hurts to grab a few blueberries along the way. There's a lot of them all over the place. So there's the lure to have for woodland caribou. It's Williams wobbler. There's 80 on it. I don't know what that means. Big gold spoon will drum up just about anything.
How long have you been fishing for on this lake?
I don't know.
Minutes.
A minute. 1 minute.
1 minute?
This is a lake, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, we're not that deep, but it's possible.
It's impossible. Oh, it's off. You never know what it is.
Ah, fighting the wind and fighting the wind all the way back from the bottom end of this lake. No bites all the way down. Well, we had that one that we lost right off the hop, which was probably a pike. And then out in the middle here, got a bite.
There'd be a lake trout. I haven't had much time to fight this because we're going with the wind.
Yeah, the wind's taking us right to him.
There,
and then,
that's what we want.
Oh, there's a little run.
Now I gotta play it out because we're going with the wind.
Yeah.
Tire it out a little bit.
Yeah. It's right here, you might be able to see that. Oh, a pike!
Frick, yeah. Frick. I gotta
Pike.
spit it. Oh, I gotta spit it. Come on, one more time, spit it. It's hooked right in the beak.
Yeah, it's a good size of one.
It's good for TV, isn't it? One more tail. One more tail. There it goes, right? Now!
Yeah.
Alright. Enough messing around. We
Pike
eating pike for lunch?
I guess we're eating pike for supper.
There you go, guys. There's your dirty pike. I think we can't get a laker out of this lake, so we're probably gonna have to turn this guy into food. Maybe we'll get another pike to go along with it. They're edible. All it's gonna do. Can't fight this wind to get a laker. How did I get a pike in like 60 feet of water?
Oh.
Weird. There he is. Back in the drink he goes. This is how much I release fish. That's my fish releasing technique.
Yeah. Good technique.
Good technique, huh?
Yeah.
I think when you bring the boats back to Harlan, I think when they land the plane, it washes the boats out. That's my guess. Because I don't know if the next guy in line would want to inherit my end of the boat. Still wiggling.
That's me.
You look haggard.
That was a long paddle.
That was a long paddle.
I'll tell you how long it was. It was 2 hours. So,
we paddled for 2 hours straight into the wind.
yeah, and it took us an hour and a half to just drift with the wind down there.
That's
So
insane, dude.
That was a lot of work. I can't keep my hat on in the wind, so I'm probably getting all sunburned on my face. But c'est la vie.
So that's aging. I don't know if I would go back there, catch a bunch of pike. No, catch one pike and just get beat up by the wind. Hard to get down deep on those lake trout lakes when you're getting blown, whipping down the lake. It's calm in here, but as soon as we get out there, we got that wind and it took us right down the lake. Took us an hour and a half to get down there, 2 hours to get back, as Jeremy just said. 2 hours of paddling straight into the wind. Do you think you could do it at home? 2 hours. Straight into the wind, the whole time. Would you want to do it? For a pike? What's that look like? Bear poop. Oh my god. Bear poop. It's pretty old bear poop though. Pretty dry. Jeremy's going to talk to us about how he made traditional snack food while eating very untraditional snack food. Did you catch that?
Somebody else's traditional snack food.
Oh, my hands smell terrible.
Like pike?
Whoa.
Or did you touch some poop?
Pike poop? I gotta wash these.
Yeah, better wash. Retake.
I'll be right back. Caught him again.
Yep.
Caught him again.
I've been exposed.
All right, now my hands are clean-ish. Clean as they've been in a while. All right, so Jeremy made some pemmican. He's gonna talk from way back there.
Way back here. That's pemmican. So it's just a mixture of dry dehydrated meat, fat, and berries. These ones have choke cherries that you processed when we were doing the catch and cook lynx video last winter or 2 winters ago.
That was like 3 winters ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
2, at least 2. That was a long time ago.
So there are some little pits, like ground down pits in here, and this will be a traditional.
Fixing my posture in the meantime.
Yeah.
This is traditional?
Yeah.
Is this ever gonna go bad? Because it looks like it's got a lot of moisture in there.
It's all fat.
And the fat won't rot?
The fat is all beef tallow that I rendered down.
Gotta be honest, it looks exactly like bear poo. If you put some on the ground and you picked it up and ate it, you'd fool a lot of people.
You would. Yeah.
All right, so say again, it's ground down choke cherries, beef tallow,
yep,
fat, and
ground and dried beef.
Dried beef.
You watch for big roasts to go on sale, and then just slice them up and dehydrate them. Put them through. I put mine through my NutriBullet. Ground them down into a powder.
That doesn't sound very traditional.
Well, I didn't use a traditional method.
Or any traditional ingredients except for choke cherries.
Well, I can't get bison, so.
Or deer.
I guess it's inspired by tradition.
You could do bear.
Yeah, you could do bear fat with dehydrated venison.
There you go.
That'd work. And
So
blueberries, choke cherries, or pin cherries, or bunch berries, raspberries.
It tastes like you're eating. Well, it tastes like you're eating nothing.
Does it?
With the texture of poo.
Hmm.
How come you left the screen already, Jeremy? We're not done the scene
I'm
yet.
right here. I'm just eating blueberries.
People can't see anymore. They'll be bothered by that.
Oh, I'm right here, guys. I'll eat these blueberries then.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, good-ish.
It's not exciting.
Yeah, it needs some more flavor in there.
Well, you can add it to things, right? You could just throw a handful into a soup or something, and then you've just added all your fat and protein.
Maybe it needs like a handful of blueberries at the same time.
Maybe.
It's been a good trip though. We caught
do.
and ate a lot of fish. We caught and ate as many fish as we wanted to. If we parked ourselves at a walleye lake,
oh my god.
yeah, we'd be eating walleye nonstop. But we purposely go for the lake trout because they're a little bit more challenging, and there aren't a lot of lake trout lakes near us that we can go and fish them out with a canoe. So that's something we want to take advantage of. There's a lot of lakes near us we can go for pike. Walleye we can catch too, but maybe not from a canoe and not in the wildernessy setting, bush setting. It's more city fishing. So, but you guys can, if you come here, you can do it however you want. You can pick your trip. You could do lake trout and solitude, which is kind of what we were aiming for. But you could also do walleye and fry. Just catch walleye and eat walleye all day long. And you can also try to slug it out with the pike too. Nothing wrong with pike. So we will eat one today, no matter what. And then if we can get another lake trout, we're going to smoke it like we did the one before.
Oh yeah.
It's the way to go. And we got our smoker all set up ready. All right, so back in the boat. Paddle majestically.
I will.
I think my lower back's a lot stronger than it was before.
Should be, hey?
And my upper back probably too.
I think all of me is a lot stronger than it was
8
days ago.
Did you feel your glutes?
No.
From all the portaging?
Is that what you do at night? Check in on your glutes?
Check my glutes. Yep. Those are assets. For the ladies. You gonna tell them your joke about cracking walnuts? Jeremy's gonna crack walnuts on his channel. With his glutes.
Yeah, after this trip. Should be able to.
There you go. Go bug him. If he doesn't post that on YouTube, go bug him.
Yeah.
I want to see a demo.
I'm only subbing if I see you crack walnuts with your thighs or your glutes.
No glutes. Nobody wants to watch you do that with their thighs. Anybody can do it with their thighs. Crack walnuts with your glutes. Jeremy thought he heard an animal last night by his tent, sniffing and something, but
yeah, probably a mouse or a squirrel or a vole.
A squirrel at night?
I don't know. Not a squirrel then, but
a mouse maybe.
a mouse.
Those little animals at night sound bigger than they really are. So keep that in mind if you're camping and you're scared because something's rustling. It's probably just a mouse. Oh, the bears are the sneakiest ones though. I know that. I don't know if I told you guys that story or not, but 4 hours from here we camped out on the way here on just a piece of crown land. Crown land means anybody can camp on it, no permit. And because it was a clear night, I didn't put the cover on the tent, the tarp, or the rain, whatever you call it.
Fly.
The fly, rain fly, that's it. And so it's screen dome, and it was probably a couple hours after daylight, and I don't know, I guess my hunter alarm clock went off. I didn't really hear anything, but something was weird. So I probably did hear something, but I was sleeping, right? So, you know, something wakes you up, it's not super loud. And just as I was looking up, a bear was looking up too at the exact same moment. So I kind of went up, and the bear kind of went up, and the bear took one look at me, and I what did I yell?
Jared Bear!
Jared Bear! Yeah, and the bear took off like a bat out of hell, and Jeremy was still sleeping, but he heard the bear run away, right?
I heard you shout, and I heard the bear run.
Did you hear me say Jared Bear? Were you awake?
I don't know if I was awake or if I heard it while I was sleeping and was waking.
Right.
But I heard it all. I think I might have laughed a little bit.
Yeah, you laughed. That's funny.
Not my tent. Not my problem.
Yeah. So what would you do if a bear did that? I mean, I hope you would, you know. And then what if the bear was persistent and thought you were food? Then what would you do? So we had a wager. Jeremy's like, there's got to be a Laker in this pinch point on this system. And I said, you got a 1 out of 1,000 chance. Do you need the net? Only if it's a Laker.
Oh.
1 out of 1,000 chance that you could catch a lake trout in this little pinch point in this system. And the prize was you win the day.
Yeah.
So if this is a lake trout, you win the day. If it's a pike, then I win the day, I guess.
Well, unless I catch more pike.
Well, unless you catch a lake trout to cancel it out. You
Well,
can't win the day if you catch a pike.
Well, if I just catch more pike than you.
Well, it's not a... Who had a pike competition? I didn't put my line in because I didn't want to catch a pike until I got bored. 10-10 pike.
I think he's off.
All that for nothing.
Or he's swimming this way.
You probably didn't even have a fish the whole time. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
You don't even know if you have a fish on.
Well, I had a fish on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Pulling and shaking and everything. Laker for sure, just by the way it was fighting.
We had to troll this whole lake again against the wind.
Had a real Laker vibe to it.
Yeah, I bet.
That was one that jumped off the bow too.
No, that was a pike. Sitting in the sun.
Lakers don't jump in the middle of the afternoon?
No, ever in the summer.
Just in the winter?
No, in the spring they'll jump. They'll come up in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be right at the surface. Sure they will. Jared's hooked back up again 2 seconds later with his epic lake trout in shallow water.
Shallow water Laker.
There it comes. There it is.
Do you see the speckles?
Yeah. So all that vermiculation. Beautiful. That's a beautiful.
Barely
lake trout.
hooked.
Beautiful lake trout, Jared. Make him dance. Lake trouts like to dance. He's gonna get off.
Yeah, he's gonna get off. He can get off.
Are you gonna be sad about that?
No.
You lose your lake trout pike?
That'll be alright. Catch another one.
Esox troutius?
Is that the Latin?
Esox lucius. is Latin for water wolf. That's what you have on right now, the water wolf. Oh, he's hooked by a hair.
I know, I'm surprised he's still on there.
Well, we can have 2 pike for lunch. Dinner. That's what's gonna happen?
I'm not that hungry, I don't think.
No?
No, one's good. Just take a little picture and then say goodbye, pikey.
Lake trout.
Pike trout.
So, where are we at now? We're back on Wrist Lake at our campsite. We just paddled across the lake. It's super choppy here as well, super windy, impossible to fish. We trolled here anyway. So all in all, for lake trout today, we put in a whole day. It's a lot, but the conditions aren't ideal. If the conditions were better, I think we would have caught fish, would have been more successful. So it's about 6 p.m. right now on our last day. My idea for today was to get 2 lake trout apiece. We are still going to try to do that, although it's going to be a lot trickier. We're going to wait maybe an hour, let the lake calm down a bit, and then we'll try again. We caught lots of fish, we ate lots of fish. I think I accomplished everything I wanted to. I would have liked to seen more of the northern part of the park, but we made the most of it, made the best of it, made the most of it, and that's all you can do in those situations. If you lament and cry and throw a temper tantrum, nature doesn't care. It's just going to carry on and do what it does. Do what it's going to do anyway. So it's up to you to make the most of it, and I think that's what we did. Yeah, I would have liked to catch more lake trout. I knew they were going to be hard to catch. I think I'm kind of developing a knack for doing that. So if I ever do come back, I think I'll do a lot better than I did this time. Even though I think I did pretty well, considering it's July and that's the hardest they are to catch. Lake trout is not an easy thing to do, not an easy thing to master. I think if I was to come in the spring or even the fall, after the lake mixes again, there's a stratification process in the summer where the cold water is at the bottom, the warm water is at the top, and then in the fall it destratifies again as everything cools. It mixes, and then the entire water column, top to bottom, is all the same temperature. So that means lake trout will start using the whole lake as if it's all the same temperature. They don't care anymore. And the same thing in the spring. Before it stratifies in the spring, the lake trout will use the whole water column. So you can get them on 10 feet, 5 feet, 20 feet. Trolling them is really simple. But here is the hardest. The hardest it is to catch lake trout is right now, midsummer. So that explains things, and there are tactics you can do to adjust and fight against them. But as a fisherman, that's your job, is to learn the habits of the species you're after, and it's no different when you're hunting. You got to learn your animal. Since we're coming home in the dark, we got everything laid out. We have our pike bits. We're gonna dunk them in corn flour mix. We got an empty pot for oil. We're gonna use sunflower oil. And then we have some soup mix. Look at that bag of soup mix. We barely used any of it. And we also barely used this whole thing of rice, which is probably about a pound. It's 900 grams. It's like 2 pounds. 2 pounds. We carried 2 pounds around for no reason. And then we're going to put some adobo spice in the rice. We jig up and we let it fall down. And if the conditions are 100% perfectly, we don't drift too fast that we can actually be able to make contact with the bottom. Jeremy just missed a fish. He was jigging mid-column. So for people who don't fish, that means halfway up. We're about 60, 80 feet of water or so here. And then we paddled back and we did the line. It's pushing us from one little point over into this bay here. And the sun is telling me we have maybe a couple hours left of light or so. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
You want to
tired.
You want to go eat a pike?
Yeah. Pike and rice. Vegetables.
It's nice out here though. A little windier than I'd prefer. Be nice if the lake just went right calm at night, but that's pretty rare on this lake, it seems. So this year, I would say, if you can't get to Royd or Constellation, go to Adventure. But this will be too late for you guys. Adventure was worth fishing. I have to ask Harlan when we get back, why is wrist getting bumped from number 1 and Roy getting replaced? Maybe he doesn't know, but it'd be nice to know if other people are... Oh, I missed him. I missed my bite. Oh, sad.
You can't blame it on the left hand this time.
No, I know. I can blame it on the camera. It's you guys, it's your fault. I'm talking to you, it's your fault. You guys distracted me.
That might have been our laker.
It might have been. It might come back. Sometimes they chase it. I didn't get the hook in its mouth, so it's not gonna shy off of it. But by now, if I could, I would open my bail and let a little bit of line out, let it drop, because then the fish will think it injured the bait, and then it'll go down and look at it, and then when the bait pops up, then it grabs it again. Ew. That looks pretty cool. Night shot mode.
It does look pretty cool.
Looks like northern light. It's northern lights behind us, guys. It's so northern lighty. No, there actually are northern lights out here.
Yeah.
Just not right now.
Just not right now.
So we fished really hard for a pike. We should have just went for pike. Today we went for pike, guys. Very successful. We got 3 pike.
I'll go.
We tried. We tried for trout. So it was not a day for trout. It got cold. I'm gonna blame it on the cold front.
Yeah. Temperature dropped a lot.
But Harlan said, eat trout. I mean, he said eat pike. He said, I think he wants to promote that the visitors to the park, American people, mostly, eat pike. Because there's nothing wrong with eating pike. Really, there is nothing wrong with eating pike.
Learn how to fillet them.
Learn how to clean them.
I've got nothing against eating pike.
No, I would
them all the time.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, if they went head to head with a walleye or a perch, you wouldn't know the difference. So that's what our nuggets look like. And then just like kind of rice, carb loading. So good night. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow and we'll give you my final thoughts. Leaving's bittersweet, of course. When I come out and I do these things, I'm not running away from something back home. There's a couple people who had messaged me over time and said, you know, I really envy your lifestyle. I love what you're doing. That's cool. I like to hear that, because it sounds like your train of thought's in the right direction. But then there's a lot of people who are just like, I hate city life, can't stand it, I want to move away, I want to get away from it all, etc., etc. Don't come out in the wilderness to escape. You need to have the mindset that you're going into the wilderness to get closer to the wilderness. Don't run away from your former life. Don't run away from any part of your life. What you need to do, and this is just my advice, you don't have to take it, is you need to fix all facets of your life. There is no way to escape modern life. None. It's always going to be a part of what you do. You can't subsist off of the land anymore. I've tried it, and I would not want to do it every day. In fact, I would not want to be out here every day. I get to do it a lot, and I get to do it to my limits, which is a great position to be in. And maybe that's something that you should strive for, to be able to do things to their limits. And this is a constructive use of my time, but if I did it too much, it would be destructive. It might sound odd to you, but I have a wife and a son at home, and they both depend on me to be around. My son needs to be raised. He needs guidance. He needs support. I can't, with good conscience, bring him out here and raise him in the wilderness. That's not a healthy way to raise a child, away from being properly socialized around other people. That's a disservice to him, because he'll have to grow up and he'll have to fit into the economy somewhere and make his own way. And I'm not willing to do that to him. He likes to come along with me sometimes. Most of the time he likes to hang out with his friends. So if I could bring his whole community out here into the wilderness, I'm sure he would have a blast. He loves being around his friends, as he should. It's part of his way of fitting into the hierarchy. As a boy, he's hanging out with his boy friends and working through the ranks there. So he's got a core group of people he hangs out with, and that's a necessity for him. My wife, as much as she loves coming out and camping and doing the nature things, she's a fair weather camper. She would not want to be out here in every season, and neither would I. To be honest, I would not want to be out here for 20 days in the middle of winter. I can imagine, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet of ice covering the lakes and about the same amount of snow. That doesn't sound like a good time to me. So I guess what I'm conveying to you is have balance everywhere. There's a certain amount of nature I need to have in my life in order to feel balance. I start losing that balance if I'm in the city for too long. But if I'm away from the city for too long, also, I feel like I'm missing out on other parts of my life that are part of the city. Part of it is having a relaxing life, because it's a whole lot of work out here. It's a hustle to make these videos. I do like, watching my YouTube channel grow. It's something that I've found is a nice challenge, as is coming out here and trying to catch a lake trout in the middle of July. That's a challenge. We're locked and loaded. Plan is to catch 2 trout on the way over to the beach. Let's do the spot check-in to let Harlan know we're set to get picked up, and then we're going to catch 2 more, and then the plane's going to land and we're going to take off. Boat's loaded. It's Jeremy made a comment that everything is noticeably lighter, mostly our food, and it's all packed lighter too, because we put a lot of stuff in the barrel. So yeah, we're leaner. Next time we come out, we're going to be a lot leaner than this though.
Might be all right.
Yeah, tire them out.
Yeah. This is on the white tube jig again, so single hook. big pike.
Big pike.
Look at that. Look at the size of his mouth.
There you go.
There he goes.
That's what you get for messing around with the water column.
That's still pretty deep, I think. Just wasn't right on bottom. Can't call him dirty pike.
There, that's -1 point. -1 fish. Waiting for the plane. We got skunk fishing this morning. We got about an hour and a half or so. That's -1 fish. Yeah, Jared caught a pike, so that's -1. Jared caught -1 fish. I caught 0 fish. Eat pike. There's nothing wrong with eating pike. But I like the challenge. I like the challenge to try to catch a trout, so catch 4 trout, that's 4 times the challenge. But we're pretty beat and the wind's coming this direction, so we fought it all yesterday trying to catch a laker and it didn't happen. That's the first question I'm going to ask Carlin. How do you catch the lakers in the summer? Well, I want to know what's up with wrist, why Royd wasn't this. Royd was the #1 this year, and maybe things would have been different for the lake trout had we gone all the way to Royd and Constellation. We did really well on Adventure Lake. There's a mark here, mark there, mark there, mark there, and then there's a pad print here. That is a bear track on the beach. So there's another older track there. So there's definitely been a bear on the beach here for sure. And just looking around, there's actually some droppings over here. Have a look. That's some pretty fresh droppings from a bear. See, it's got some moisture in it still. Just flip this camera around. You can actually tell that it's a black bear. If you taste it, you know if it's a male or a female bear. That's got a pungent odor. Pungent. Yeah, that's definitely a male bear for sure. Let's grab a little bit more here. The first taste is the gender, the second age. Age is harder to determine. It's a young bear, 2 or 3 years old. Diet blueberries. Definitely blueberries. There's some bunch berries in there. Feel the pits. I think it stuck in my teeth. Yeah, bunch berries, blueberries. Just feels like there's shells, pieces of ant. Yeah, that's all I can tell from now, but pretty interesting stuff. You can tell a whole lot by the scat of a bear. I'm just following the tracks here now. I'll keep my eye out for the bear. I actually thought I heard something go by up in that. Yeah, we got you again. It's all good fun. All right, if you guys can identify what I was eating, I'll see if I can get you something. If not,
any clues?
No. Well, there's clues. There'll be clues in the rest of the video,
Oh.
like the earlier parts of the video. So you have to figure out. You have to figure it out what I was doing there. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So you'll have to have watched the whole series to know. Leave it there. I'll see if I can get a prize. I don't know if I can or not. If I have a prize, I'll leave in the description. You'll have to email me or something like that. I don't know. It's harder to get prizes these days. Well, it's not harder, but sometimes people don't want to sponsor or whatever. If it's not a big shout out, but I might be able to get you something. So shoot me an email. Don't leave it in the description or comments or whatever, because there's too many of them. Find my email address and you'll have to send it to me. So maybe the first person who figures it out, send that to me. It's crazy how many bears are here. I've probably eaten a dozen handfuls already. I'm gonna have a big blueberry poop for sure. Got stuff on these for sure. Here comes our plane. Call lots of fish, eat lots of fish. That's the story.
Yeah.
Catch and cook our way through the park. So
Yeah.
we have to come back because we didn't see the whole park.
Got a lot of blueberries.
We just ate a lot of blueberries. There's piles and piles of them everywhere we went.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the story is there's a fire 5K from, was it?
Hanson.
Do you know where Hanson is on the map
Hanson
though?
is close to, it's 2 lakes away from Haven.
That's it. So not too far.
That's a good roaring fire that day.
So where's that one? Do you remember?
That's up towards the Blood Vein.
Blood Vein River.
So it's on the south shore.
How
of the
close
Blood
were we to fire when you were out there?
Vein.
Being on
On Haven, there was a little spot fire about
Yeah.
1 kilometer north of Haven. But the big fires that are causing the problems are within about 3 kilometers of you guys. They're not blowing in a direct, like they're north of you and they're heading east. So for you guys, you never would have seen a lot of like that activity because you were further south and those fires aren't pushing south.
Yeah.
But
So if we went to Royd, we were done.
Royd's burned.
It's all burnt.
Though the north end of Royd's burned, and all the
And
good
Irvine's.
country north between Royd and Irvine is now gone.
Gone.
It's Gonzo's, brother.
Yeah, it's gonna look like our Billy Goat path through Welkin.
It'll be looking like that in a few years, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
just going to
true.
be crispy for the next couple.
Well, there'll be
Good blueberries,
There'll
though.
be blueberries.
Wrist Lake for years has been phenomenal lake trout. Early spring, it's just an incredible lake. This year, though, like midsummer, it's just not doing what other lakes have been doing. So Haven Lake has been doing okay, even for lake trout, even though it's a walleye lake. But Adventure Lake has been awesome. Royd and Constellation have been awesome, but they're kind of warm right now. They're kind of on fire. But like Adventure Lake, you guys went to Adventure and you did pretty well.
Yeah, we did awesome there.
Yeah, Adventure's pretty good and it's small. Like it's easy to fish.
Yeah, we knew where we could find a hole, and then we just stuck to the hole.
Yeah.
And then we could get there to the hole while it was still not windy, which is key to get down deep enough.
Yeah. Aegean Lake and South Aegean Lake, Welkin, like those areas that I think you guys traveled a little bit, they're also like really good lake trout lakes.
Yeah.
You have to work a little harder. They're bigger waters.
Yeah.
But good size come out of there.
Yeah.
Good lakes, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So behind the scenes, it's been a nightmare here. Rerouting everybody.
I'm eating chocolate bars at for lunch, man. I mean, it's been a trying week. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but you're keeping it together, right?
We're keeping it together. Basically, we had a lot of groups out there when these fires started, and they just kind of took everybody by surprise, even the fire guys in town, with their intensity of how they kind of blew up. A lot of fuel on the ground, dead wood that's kind of burning up right now. So we're just working through it. We rerouted pretty much everybody that we had to, keeping everybody safe. About half the park is closed right now, just like other areas of Ontario. But we've accounted for most people. Everyone's in a safe place, and now it's just a logistics game of where can we put people that are starting out their trips in the next couple days, and taking other people out. It's fun times. Everyone should become a canoe outfitter.
Well, that's why we use the outfitter, so we leave all that business to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, with every one of our guests that go out, we know what their intended route is. We know who's out there at any given point in time. And behind the scenes, what a lot of people don't realize is we've probably been on the phone 20 times a day with the fire attack base that we have here in Red Lake that are flying around in helicopters, and also Woodland Caribou Provincial Park staff. It's been like direct lines, like the bat phone, nonstop. And we're all kind of working together. I'm really impressed, by the way. Big shout out to Woodland Caribou Park staff. Everyone's working together really well, and we're coordinating. We had an eye on you guys and everybody else that's out there, and so we knew that everybody was where they needed to be, safe and sound. And that's really what our job is, behind the scenes when things like this arise.
Yeah. From our perspective, once we got in touch with Ken and Donna with the sat phone, we could call in here, and then all we needed to know was we were okay. We're okay where we are, and we knew what directions to go, and then we were fine. We could enjoy the rest of our trip without having to worry about catching on fire. So that was a good plus.